City, representing the Latin American Exchange, Santana, Ortiz, LAX!
No Conan, no Homicide, no Diamante, but the former tag team champions Santana and Ortiz are in the house. They're set to make their FEW debut, and it's about to go down 5150 style right here at Coral Springs.
Yes, it is, and this is what makes FEW so exciting, is that you never know who's going to show up, and that's what makes it so incredible.
And Julius, we've been here all afternoon. We have not seen Conan, we have not seen Homicide, we have not seen Diamante either. We have not seen Low Key, but you never know where LAX can go, and what a big tune-up for them. Coming up in just a couple of weeks, they will be taking on EVO for the Global Force Wrestling Tag Team Championships in that 5150 street fight. They've got some huge competition in front of them here in the form of the Pope and the former champion JB Cool. Let's head back to the ring for the introductions of the number one contenders.
Yeah, let's do it.
40 pounds from Miami, Florida, Showtime, JB Cool!
And listen to that ovation.
Partner, weighing in at 230 pounds from Jacksonville, Florida, the Pope, Elijah Burke!
And we saw, Julius, the last time we were right here in Coral Springs. These two come together back in August. And then in September at the People's Show in Clewiston, we saw them on the same page. And it appears as if the last couple of months, JB Cool and the Pope Elijah Burke have become a unit as one, and now look to have their eyes set on those tag team championships. Mosh and Thrasher need to watch out, because we could very well be looking at the next FEW tag team champion.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be quite the match. I don't think JB Cool has been in the ring with LAX. I'm not so sure about my history. The Pope, has he actually faced any members of LAX?
The proverbial super team here, Julius.
Right.
In two major single stars in JB Cool and the Pope. And you have to also point out, I know you were just talking about the familiarity between the Pope and LAX.
Right.
Not as much in-ring, but for the past year, ever since LAX has returned to TNA, Global Force Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, the Pope as the color commentator, front row and center for LAX in-ring competition. If anyone could have them as well scouted as the Pope, I'd be very hard-pressed to find them.
That's true. So it's going to be very interesting to see how long it takes the warming up period, if you will, in the beginning of this match, to see how long it takes for them to really get their feet wet here. I'm putting my money on JB Cool and the Pope.
We know JB Cool and the Pope, technically right now the number one contenders, but a win here by Santana and Ortiz, you would have to think, would put them in consideration. We know about the hard hitters, the Soul Man Alex G, and of course, B-Sci-Fi. We know about the tag team champions, the Guadalupe brothers, the tag team division, as much depth as it's ever had here in Fighting Evolution Wrestling.
Yes, and basically the team of JB Cool and the Pope is almost two world champions, if you caliber talent in there.
Well, right now, we are in the third ever reign of an FEW champion at Sweet Johnny Velvet. He, of course, won that title from Reggie Rhythm back in February here in this building. And then JB Cool, of course, the inaugural Fighting Evolution Wrestling champion. So you're looking at the man who set the pace as a singles competitor. And, of course, the well-documented history of the Pope, a man who has competed on the biggest stage of them all, WrestleMania.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when, these two, you're going to meet up in the ring tonight in front of this very lucky Coral Springs FEW crowd. Nothing but the best, of course, for our fans.
As the Pope, teasing a youngster there in the front row, looked like he was going to give him his sunglasses. Shades of Bret the Hitman Hart, but instead decides to fake him out, and I have to imagine that's not going to win over too many fans here for the Pope and JB Cool, as the crowd here now showing their support for LAX. Never would have thought we'd see this, Julius.
Never thought. Not in a million years.
As Santana.
But he needs to get in the ring and let's get fighting.
Again, having some fun with that young fan, but it looks like it will be Ortiz starting some things off here for LAX.
Of course, LAX.
And listen to this crowd, Julius. It's almost like we're in the impact zone.
It almost is. To be honest, I feel that this atmosphere is a little bit better. It's a high energy atmosphere. You can feel it.
We're just about 3 hours south of the impact zone, but LAX feels very much at home here in the backyard of JB Cool and the Pope Elijah Burke. And it looks like the former heavyweight champion JB Cool will start things out with Ortiz.
So it's going to be Ortiz here starting now, but
as bell sounds, we're underway. Ortiz and JB Cool to start things out once again here in this tag team contest. And we talk about tag team depth, Julius. It would be remiss to not point out Terrence and Terrell, TNT, now a member of the FEW roster, the sons of Devon Dudley.
yeah, they're very interesting addition. I can tell you, he's very excited when we were able to get them into FEW. And they've done very well so far.
And it seems like, from what I understand, they are in the house tonight. I have not seen them personally, but I do believe they are here, and they will be participating in the next matchup. From what I understand, Julius, it's going to be a battle royal as JB there goes for an O'Connor roll. Ortiz ducks underneath the clothesline and comes back with a picture-perfect dropkick right to the kisser, taking down the former champion. As JB Cool now starting to fire back here with a series of rights and a kick to the midsection now. JB has Ortiz in the corner. There's the Irish whip. Look at the athleticism there of one half of the Latin American exchange. And that exploding dropkick sends JB right down, reeling into the corner there with the Pope.
So he went right back to, like you said, he went right back to his corner to kind of get his bearings. Took him for a little bit of a ride there, but you know what? He's probably looks like he's gonna make a tag here.
And Julius, back to that Battle Royal. That is coming up next. The winner of the Battle Royal, from what I understand, gets a shot at any championship in FEW that they choose. If a female wins, she gets a shot at the Flares Championship if she'd like. A tag team wrestler could go after the tag team championships, or of course you could go for the richest prize in South Florida, the Fighting Evolution Wrestling Championship.
Yeah, this is something definitely that's innovative. As you said it before, both male and female competitors are doing that. So, you know, that's going to be very interesting. A lot of variables in there.
As the Pope right now playing some mind games with Santana as the shirt comes off, and it looks like he's ready for business.
Okay, here we go. Santana warming up, getting that blood flow.
As again, LAX making a huge impact when they return to Global Force Wrestling, winning those tag team championships.
Just walk up.
And really for the better part of 6 months or so have been the cornerstones of that tag team division.
Yeah, they have, and very exciting to see how they would mesh with the talent here in FEW.
Off the ropes, and the Pope takes him right down with that shoulder tackle. The veteran with his smooth moves.
Smooth indeed. It's very smooth indeed. You know, feeling each other out. Like you said, he had the chance to be so close to them in commentary. He got a chance to kind of scout the talent.
And you have to wonder here, Julius, right now Santana and Ortiz taking on a full-time schedule, competing almost every single night. JB Cool and the Pope Elijah Burke taking on a more reduced schedule in recent weeks.
Yes.
Obviously having some other things going on in their lives where they're taking less bookings, if you will. And you kind of wonder, is that helpful or hurtful in a situation like this?
Well, you have the ring rust, you know, from not competing in the ring. So as far as that goes, the LAX have an advantage that they don't have the ring rust. But at the same time, as you pointed out, a heavy schedule like that adds to the wear and tear and makes you more injury prone.
As right now it looks like we're having a three-way conversation between Santana, the Pope Elijah Burke, and our senior official Bruce Owens. As Pope here ready to lock up.
Yes, he is. He's ready to lock it up. Oh, wait.
And it looks like we could be going 10 rounds of boxing here.
Yeah, it looks like Queensberry rules here.
As Pope goes for a big haymaker. And Ortiz, or rather Santana, trying to pepper him with a series of body shots, but it looks like Pope might have the technique down.
Yep. But not.
But Santana.
Yeah, but this is a wrestling match.
Gets the business end of that shoulder tackle as he's driven right into the mat. And right now, the #1 contender's working at a high level, but that step up Itsuguri knocks the Pope silly.
And maybe he should have just paid a little bit more attention to who he's in the ring with.
And there's a tag into Ortiz.
This is what I was waiting for, to see the tag team chemistry between the two.
Some double teams here by LAX. Ortiz is down, and the assisted moonsault right there.
Very nice.
Stepping on the back of Ortiz.
A little bit of a dig at JB Cool.
As this crowd here, very much behind the Latin American exchange. Beautiful Northern Light suplex, holds the bridge, and JB Cool breaks it up. He saw the desperation right there, Julius. It was 2.5, and right now the Pope and JB Cool's backs firmly against the wall.
Yes, it is against the wall, and I think Pope went in there and was not taking this as maybe as seriously as he should have been taking it. But he definitely won't be making that mistake.
And referee Bruce Owens is distracted by Santana. JB Cool sticks the knee up, and one STO later, and the Pope makes the tag into Showtime. And the #1 contenders are in control.
Yeah, he was just making sure that Santana was going back to his corner. That's all. I don't think he was distracted. I think he was actually very much on his game.
And JB Cool, look at the precision right there with that back elbow. Lateral press, and only a 2 count.
There we go. Now we're seeing the teamwork of JB Cool and Pope.
And there's the tag in the Pope. Nice double teams here. You notice they cut the ring right in half, keep Ortiz isolated on the Pope JB Cool side of the ring.
Yes.
And now the Pope trying to add insult to injury to Santana as they continue to keep Ortiz isolated in their corner.
Well, it's working so far.
And Pope, with the pump fake, tries to go right back in. And look at that double team, the forearm and the big kick to the back.
I think he's doing a good job. I think he's doing what he needs to do.
Almost like being out on the football field and getting a high-low tackle right there.
Yeah.
As Ortiz folded up in the corner as Santana desperately trying to come to the aid of his tag team partner. But the Pope, Elijah Burke, and JB Cool showing right now why they are arguably the #1 tag team in South Florida, not wearing championship gold.
Right, and you know what, and this is what we were talking about in the beginning when we were saying, let's see, there's going to be that period of time where in the beginning they're going to feel each other out. As we can see, they're definitely on board now.
As referee Bruce Owens, he's distracted there by Santana again. And one of the caveats of having one official in the ring with 4 men in there, sometimes you do lose control.
I don't think you're giving Bruce Owens the credit he deserves. He's doing an excellent job. He's doing, he's an upstanding man, for God's sakes.
Indeed he is, as JB Cool right there backed into the ropes as Santana trying to help out Ortiz, but again,
now he should be paying attention.
Bruce Owens back his turn, ducks underneath, JB Cool off the ropes. Here comes JB, and that leg lariat, this could do it, Julius. Rolls him over, hooks the outside leg, 2.
Yeah, now it's JB Cool. We got to get some security over here for...
He's isolating Ortiz. It looks like the Pope dealing with something.
Yeah. To help out the Pope, maybe.
Possibly on the outside of the ring. It looked like a fan was trying to interfere into that matchup. But nonetheless, it has not completely derailed the Pope and JB Cool as they are still in control.
Yeah, JB Cool holding his own, definitely, I'd say that.
As the Pope back on the apron, he tags in as Bruce Owens has had a very difficult time keeping Santana restrained in the corner. As you notice right there, Julius, the Pope pulls down that right knee pad.
Yep.
And in vintage Nature Boy Ric Flair fashion, just drives that knee, that exposed knee right between the eyes of Ortiz. That's bone on bone.
Make sure that there was no pad at all, like you said, bone on bone. That's old school.
And the Pope here with that side headlock, wrenching it back, keeping Ortiz right in the center of the ring so he's unable to make that tag. This crowd here in Coral Springs High School starting to rally behind the Latin American exchange. We're not expected to be fan favorites tonight, but the hatred has grown here for JB Cool and the Pope to the point LAX getting cheers here at Fighting Evolution Wrestling.
And here we go. They're getting a little bit of momentum here on LAX's part.
And he ducks underneath the clothesline. Ortiz, desperation, comes back with one of his own. The Pope delivers one. The Pope is down. Ortiz is down. Both men trying to make the tag. This tag team match hanging in the balance here at One Badass Night.
This is One Badass Night, as you just mentioned. So aptly named. This match really, it's anyone's game right now.
The Pope is crawling. There's a tag to JB. And here comes Santana as this place is set to come unglued.
Yes.
A series of clotheslines. No Conan, no homicide, no problem. As these two men getting it done on their own right now. He charges in. JB Cool sends him to the apron. Throws the shoulder right to the midsection. Santana from the outside in. Flips on in. Off the ropes. And takes him out with the big drop kick. Down goes JB.
JB's down.
The Pope is sent to the floor. Here comes LAX looking for a double team here.
Pope's out of the ring.
Oh! Look at that move. And there's the springboard. The leg drop moonsault combination. This is going to do it. 2 2 3/4. Julius, I thought LAX was about to pull off the huge win.
I did too. But you got to remember who they're in the ring with. Former world champion. FEW champion, former FEW champion.
As the Pope Elijah Burke still trying to make his way to his feet. As JB Cool in the ring here with Santana. Santana is the fresh man. JB goes for the sunset flip. Santana pops right back up into the DDT. Pope spikes him down. JB's got the cover. 2. That's not going to do it. It's only a 2.5. Somehow, Santana able to hang on.
That was the closest 2 I've ever seen. That was a razor's edge away from 3.
As we were right on the precipice of seeing a huge win there for the Pope and JB Cool.
Yes.
Both teams with major near falls in this contest over the last couple of minutes. As LAX here, giving him the business. Pope, Pope sends Santana all the way to the outside. He crashes to the floor. He falls about 8 or 10 feet down. JB's setting him up for the lariat here. The big discus,
wait a minute.
And he pops the Pope right in the chest. Down goes the Pope. Miscommunication there by JB and Elijah Burke. Here comes LAX going for the double team. And the double back body drop dumps JB right in the center of the ring.
So that was quite the miscalculation, taking out Pope.
And with JB Cool reeling, Julius, it looks like they're going to try to close out the Pope right here.
Oh boy.
Could be some poetry in motion. Here comes Santana, and he flips. He flips right in the Pope, and the Pope, oh my God! He powerbombs Santana right on top of Ortiz. JB Cool with the showboat. He nails it. Pope's all the way upstairs. He drops the elbow. JB's the legal man. He rolls him over. 2, 3, and JB and Pope get the win.
That's it.
And the winners of the match, the team of Showtime, JB Cool, and the Pope, Elijah.
So a huge win right there, Julius. A back and forth affair. LAX showing why they are the former Global Force Wrestling Tag Team Champions, proving their worth in their debut. But the number 1 contenders prevail, and now they have their eyes set on Mosh and Thrasher, the Headbangers.
Absolutely. That was an incredible match. LAX can't take anything away from them. They did an excellent job.
Santana and Ortiz, an incredible first showing here at Fighting Evolution Wrestling. I have to imagine the next time you convene with Teddy Long, you will discuss bringing them back to the fold here in Fighting Evolution Wrestling.